Ask them any questions you want. And then we have a lot of online resources. We have a lot of different worksheets for like time management, study strategies, just different things like that. And you can find them on our website, and you can download them on your computer, and you can type like on there, or if you like to like handwrite them, you can also print them off. Up there's our semester at a glance, which is just a big like exam like overview or big deadlines, and you can put those, and that's just nice to see what's coming up in your semester. And then again, we already talked about the navigator, but for any of these services, you have to go to your navigator first, except tutoring, you don't have to do that. But if you need anything, just go to a navigator appointment, and they can answer any questions you have, give you any resources, and yeah, and they'll help you do that. And you do everything through the Navigate app. So if you just go on the Navigate app, you can find whatever you might need. Okay, and then does anyone have any questions? I kind of went through that fast, but. Okay, and then if everyone could just like quick take that survey, that would be awesome. It doesn't take that long, I promise. It's pretty fast. Thank you. Okay, I think that's the last, is that the last slide? Okay, I think that's all I have for you guys. That was just like a quick little overview, but if you ever need anything, come to the Academic Success Center. Someone will help you out. You'll be able to find any resources you might need. So if anyone has any questions, you can always just come there. Thank you.
We will now move to open forum. Open forum is an opportunity to discuss issues relevant to the student body. If you're here for open forum, I invite you to the podium at this time. Seeing no one, we'll now move to adopting the agenda. Is there a motion to do so? Speaker Pursley?
Okay. I motion to table 2025-2-016F, 2025-2-017F for 1 week. Oh, just table? And then 2025-2-018F table.
We've got a motion to table the 3rd, 16, 17, and 18, the first, the 3rd through the 5th finance bill under external matters. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Gertis?
I have a motion to move 2025-2-026 to the top of internal matters.
Motion to move 2025-2-026 to the top of internal matters. There's been a second. Are there any objections? Nandal?
I have a motion to add 2025. It's not an objection, so. Motion to add 2025-2-033 SG to bottom of internal matters.
There's been a motion to add 2025-2-033 SG to the bottom of internal matters. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Are we back on the agenda as a whole? Is there a motion to adopt it? Is there a second? Are there any objections?
I motion to add Senator Utica and Senator Kwashi to the roll.
Motion to add Senator Utica and Corsi to the roll. It's been seconded. Are there any objections? We'll now move to approval of the minutes. Is there a motion to do so? Is there a second? Are there any objections? We will now move. We will now move to committee reports, starting with rules.
Last week, rules met, and we sent favorably 2 nominees for residence hall senators who will be seen tonight in front of Senate. And then we will be meeting next week, this week, on Thursday at 6:15 p.m. in the MU. We will be interviewing another potential senator for off-campus senator.
Finance?
Hi everyone. So Finance had its first 2+ hour long meeting last night, but we got a lot done. You'll see a couple bills on the agendas today, and the ones that we tabled were just due to the organizations either being funding ineligible or we just needed more information before we could put them forward to Senate. So yeah.
PR?
Hello? Can you hear me? Perfect. So tonight you'll see some at-large candidates and senators. for our first Public Relations Committee meeting tomorrow. So it makes me excited to get started on some projects and get everything up and running. And then a headshot update. You can find your headshots in the folder that I shared on Teams earlier today. If you still need a headshot, please either reach out to me directly or I will be out in front on the north side of the Memorial Union at 5:30 next Wednesday.
Idea?
Hello. Over the last week, Senator Shrishti and I sat with the director of International Student Experience. We got her caught up on the renter's guide, and we brainstormed some projects that we want to work on. One that includes career services, so I'm hoping to get started on that. And we have a few largest to be seated tonight, so yeah. And I'm gonna decide on a meeting time for our committee next week.
Events?
All right, good evening, everyone. Lainey and I have a couple of announcements tonight. For starters, Jack Trice Remembrance Day is coming up quickly. That'll be on October 8th with the social starting at 2 and then the program at 2:30. You were all sent a RSVP form to your email from Colby. Make sure you fill this out whether or not you are coming, just so we can keep track of that. And then second of all, and Lainey will be dropping it in the chat soon, but we ask that you fill out a Student Government Expo feedback form whether or not you attended, just so we can improve that event as well as other events in the future.
And also thank you to everyone who did work at the Student Government Expo. We really appreciate all of your help in it. And then so for cookies and college senators, I'm going to be also dropping in a form for you guys to put in times you are available for that. And so for this event, basically what we're going to have you guys do is go to the college that you represent, the hall, and you'll be setting up a tabling event in that hall and then distributing cookies to your constituents for about 2 hours, and then just getting to talk with them, interact with them, and so on. And then additionally for this, we're going to be looking to incorporate residency hall senators and then also off-campus senators and everyone else into it as well. So we are asking that all all senators fill it out. And then the weeks that we are looking at is November 3rd and then November 10th, and you will have the option of the dates throughout that week. Oh, and then also we have began to plan to collaborate on the AI at ISU challenge. So there will be more information on that, but we're really looking forward to collaborating on that and then also involving some of our at-large members.
Local affairs?
Hi, everyone. I have a few things tonight. So first of all, like I said last week, we're just about a month out from the joint meeting with the City Council. So local affairs will be working on the agenda for that at our first meeting this week on Friday. Also, we have a local election coming up in November. I'll have some resources for you guys about how to register to vote, and then just some information on what's going to be on the ballot and all of that. So I'll get that to you guys really soon. Some things that we'll see on the ballot will be an election for the mayor, some city council members, the Mary Greeley Board of Trustees, and then a bond referendum. And I'll have some sheets out in the office, and I'll put them up online, just about what all that means so that you guys have it. But first meeting for local affairs is at 4 p.m. in the MU this Friday.
Sustainability?
Okay, hi everyone. So first of all, I want to say our committee is officially full, which is super fun and awesome and cool. We have a bunch of our new at-larges who will be speaking to you, and hopefully you guys will pass them. I think that they're all amazing candidates, and I really hope that you guys do pass them because they have some really cool ideas and really great motivation. Also, this weekend, if you guys are free, on Saturday, we had 2 high school students approach us, and they are doing something called EcoVision at the Ames Public Library. We're going to be tabling there and handing out magnets and doing some fun stuff. Or if you just want to talk about sustainability and all of that fun stuff, it is before the football game. So if you're like, ooh, I don't want to miss the football game, you now have no excuse. So I hope I see all of you guys there. I'll be taking my parents there, so no excuses. All right, that's it.
Health and wellness?
Hey guys, we started planning the safety walk, and for those who don't know, the safety walk is where we walk around campus and we look for things that are unsafe, like a big crack in the sidewalk or maybe a light that's out. So hopefully that happens late October, early November. And we meet tomorrow at the Parks Library at 3:10 p.m. A little different this week. And that is in room 130B. That's all.
Legislative ambassadors.
Yeah, so we had an exciting week last week since Senate. So Thursday we attended the Board of Regents meeting, and so we presented our. We presented our proposal to expand the Iowa Workforce Grant to out-of-state students. But even more exciting, we presented our mental health funding request from. In joint with the other Regent universities, and they accepted it, and so they included their $1 million in their budget ask to the governor for mental health funding for the 3 Regent universities. So that was a big win for us, and we'll continue working hard on that in the coming weeks.
Comments from the judicial branch? Comments from the advisor?
Hello. I don't have a whole lot tonight. Just been working with various people on various projects. I've also been working with Election Commission to, as they're updating the code and then getting numbers for apportionment. So we're getting close on having that done. Election Commission is in desperate need of new members too. And so if you know anyone that's interested, please send them to Santi, or you can send them to me and I'll get them to the right place.
Comments from the executive branch?
Hi everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hope you all are doing well. I wanted to touch a little bit about the AI at ISU Innovation Challenge. So you can find it on the student government website, more information about it. But this summer we were approached by Tadiwa, former senator, and also Rahul Parsa, which is also former faculty senate president. And this will be a competition where students can identify issues that campus departments and other places on campus are facing, and then develop an AI tool that will help to streamline that. So this is in collaboration with the Provost's office. So if you know anyone that's interested in that, please have them sign up and direct them over to the student government website. And then another exciting thing that I want to put on everyone's radar, in November, candidates for the new university president will be here on campus participating in interviews, and there will be time for a town hall open mic kind of session with students, and we want as many students to be there as possible. It's just your opportunity to share your feedback, get your questions answered by the prospective candidates, and dates are still being finalized, but as more information comes out with that, I'll be sure to pass it along to you. But we would encourage you to please tell your constituents, your friends, and everyone. We'd love to have you all there. But that's all I really have for this week, and if you need anything, let me know.
We will, Vice Speaker Hartley.
Motion to add Senator Kekun and Senator Olson to the roll.
There's been a motion to add Senator Kekun and Senator Olson to the roll. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Awesome. We will now move to external matters. Starting with 2025-2-007F, Scholarship for Discipline Makers Conference with Senator Marcus.
Yeah, thank you. We have, I believe, a representative here from Navigators. Yeah, you can go ahead up to the podium. While they make their way up there, I'll just explain it a little bit. It's a conference registration. We funded a lot of these in the past. This is how we fund it with the calculation in our PNC. And I'll let him take over and explain the event and everything else.
Hello, guys. I'm Sam. I'm the treasurer for Navigators. It's a student organization here at Iowa State. It's a campus ministry. So yeah, essentially every early spring we'll do a Disciple Makers conference. So it's a weekend long retreat, and we go to a camp called Hidden Acres, pretty close to here. It's with different campuses. So like UNI and some other colleges around, and we get together, and yeah, it's a really good opportunity to build community. So during the semester, we're hanging out. Navigators will do different events, like different Bible discussions is one of our main things. But also do like board games and cookouts and things to build community. And so we have this conference. Yeah, and I guess the scholarship is for people who can't afford to come. The registrations, I think, well, yeah, $149. So for people in financial need, we offer scholarships that that isn't a hindrance. So yeah, if there's any questions, I guess.
Speaker Pursley.
Thank you for coming and speaking to us. I have a point of information. We need a second senator co-sponsor on this bill. Is anyone willing to add their name as second co-sponsor? Okay. Motion to add Senator Jones as a second co-sponsor to this bill.
There's been a motion to add Senator Jones as the second co-sponsor to the bill. It's been seconded. Are there any objections? Senator Grafe.
What's your favorite tree?
It's a tough question. I really like American sycamore. Yeah. Platanus occidentalis.
Boom, crush that.
Speaker Pursley.
I don't know if you mentioned this, but is this conference and scholarship open to all students?
Yeah, so you just have to essentially just say everybody just can sign up for it, but if you have a financial need, you can talk to a staff member or a student leader like myself, and it's open to anybody who asks.
Okay,
so yeah.
Is there a second? Are there any objections? Closing comments with Senator Marcus? No closing comments needed. We'll now move forward with a roll call vote. Iona Dimhoff? Yes. Gertis? Yes. Reinhardt? Grafe? Yes. Jones? Yes. Utica? Yes. Miller? Yep. Kikun? Yes. Daman? Yes. Corshi? Snyder? Yes. Bailey? Yes. Hartley? Yes. Margaret? Yes. Nundahl? Yes. Pursley? Yes. Kuzi? Yes. Juwan? Yes. Marcus? Yes. Olson? Yes. Sani? Yes. Vote of 21 to 0, it passes. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, guys.
We'll now move to 2025-2-012F, regular allocation shortfall with Speaker Pursley.
Okay, I'm going to delegate all questions to our finance director, Kammeyer. Oh, Senator Marcus is, I guess, the name on this bill, so I'll give my opening comments to him.
So this is it. Thank you. This is just there was a few accounts that didn't have the proper buttons clicked, to my understanding, in our system for the allocations we did last year. These were accounts of those that were already approved. The money should get exempt. This is just a correction on technical error by us.
Are there any objections? Closing comments? All right, we'll now move forward with a roll call vote. Iona Dimhoff? Yes. Gertis? Yes. Reinhardt? Yes. Grafe? Yes. Jones? Yes. Utica? Yes. Miller? Yes. Kikun? Yes. Daman? Yes. Corshi? Yes. Snyder? Yes. Bailey? Yes. Hartley? Yes. Margaret?
Yes.
Nundahl?
Yes.
Pursley?
Yes.
Neal? Nope. Kuzi?
Yes.
Juwan?
Yes.
Marcus?
Yes.
Olson?
Yes.
Sani? Vote of 21 to 0 passes. We will now move to 2025-2-002 SA, Skydivers Debt Contract with Senator Marcus.
So we have a representative
Cool. Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Mitchell Hagan. I'm with the Skydiving Club here. I'm here tonight because we're applying for a debt contract. So the story behind like the why. So in the spring semester, we had a bunch of leftover money. So normally at the end of the year, going into summer, just to avoid having to deal with P cards and everything, we load our, there's an app called Burble, which is how drop zones like charge you money for your jump tickets and stuff like that and your gear rental. So we loaded a bunch of money on, we got receipts and everything. It was used for the right line items, but we weren't aware that we had to actually use the jump tickets by June 30th. So we were able to use about 10 of them, and then that leftover amount we just had, we used like most of that. We're still in the process of getting a refund for some of it to help offset that. But we're applying for a debt contract so that we can have access to this year's money, because the main way that we make money is we sell tandems, and we can't do that. And we can't start jumping and funding our students until we have access to this year's money. A question that came up during Finance Committee, which I'll answer now, is will you be able to pay it off? And the answer is yes. Our goal is to get this paid off this semester, if not by the end of next semester. So, any questions?
Senator Juwan.
I have a very important question. Where is your favorite place that you skydived?
Florida, Skydive City.
Is there a way to get funding aside the student government?
You mean for the club? So we're gonna start doing like concession stands. So we've reached out to the people in charge of doing concession stands so that we can volunteer to help make money. This is just so we can start using this year's funds, and then we'll start paying off like our debt contract. So our main way we get money is like we do dues, but then student government is our main method of like getting money.
Are there any objections? Now move forward with a roll call vote. Iona Dimhoff. Gertis. Reinhardt. Graith. Jones. Utica. Miller. Cocoon. Dahman. Corshi. Snyder. Bailey. Hartley. Margaret. Nandal. Pursley. Kuzi. Juwan. Marcus. Olson. Sani. The vote of 21 to 0, the bill passes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We will now move to internal matters, starting with 2025-2. Can't see it. 2025-2-026 SG, seating at-larges to the PR committee with Vice Speaker Hartley.
All right, we're going to have these two individuals, Miranda Reed and Sophia Swanson, come up to the podium and share a little bit about why they would like to be on this committee.
Hi everyone, my name is Miranda Reed and I'm a sophomore in agricultural studies, and my emphasis areas are agronomy, ag communications, and ag business, and I'm also getting my sales certificate. I really want to be on the PR committee because I want to get more involved at Iowa State, and I think student government would be a great start for that.
My name is Sophia Swanson. I go by Sophie, and I'm a political science student here and double majoring in PR and with a minor in sociology. I'm looking to get more involved in campus too, and just like kind of broaden my horizons, meet more people, and just kind of get involved with different organizations. So yeah.
Speaker Pursley.
So neither of you guys are PR majors, and that's completely fine, but, double major. Sorry. How did you get interested in PR committee? Why was that your number one choice in committees? My apologies for making a mistake.
No, that's okay. I definitely want to work on campaigns for my career, and I think PR is a good start for that, just with kind of getting involved with like the community and then like the like organizations to community, and then like community back to organizations.
So I mentioned I'm in ag studies, and the main reason I'm in this major is because I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with my life yet. And so I'm taking a PR class right now, and during the PR class, there was an announcement for the PR committee, and I'm like, this is a great way to see what I like and see what I don't like, especially moving forward with my career.
Marcus?
If you had to describe yourselves in one word, what word would it be?
Outgoing.
I would say sporadic.
Senator Snyder?
Normally we divide PR committee into like 3 little subsections: outreach, marketing, and IT. What specific area would you be interested in working on when you join PR committee when we approve you?
Can you say the 3 again? Sorry.
If that's the same structure, are we still doing that? Okay, but more or less. Yeah. There are 3 sections. Usually, traditionally, it's IT, outreach, and marketing. So which of those 3 would both of you be interested in putting in?
I think I would like do better in outreach because I think that like I can talk to a lot of different people, and I would say like outgoing personality, so I can kind of like get into communications with others, I think, well, and like kind of get like through to others, I think. So
I would say marketing. I really like to do social media and engage that way with people. And I think with our generation, a lot of people are on Instagram and Twitter and all those things. So marketing would definitely be mine.
Speaker Pursley?
Okay. I'm going to do a point of information for senators. Just speak kind of louder because I don't know if some of these aren't working, it seems like. So just speak a little louder in your microphone because I think some of them aren't working.
Are there any objections? Now move forward with a roll call vote. UC has been called for. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Congratulations. We'll now move to 2025-2-002 SD, seating a residence hall senator with Vice Speaker Hartley.
Alrighty, if Amaya wants to come up and share a little bit about why she wants to be a residence hall senator, that'd be great.
Hi, my name is Amaya Graybill. I'm a freshman here. I'm from Grain Valley, Missouri, which is a little bit outside of Kansas City. I did student government all 4 years in high school, and I worked on our PR committee, and then I was also president my senior year. I also led a women's empowerment club and was on NHS. So whenever I came to Iowa State, I was kind of looking to continue like being involved and leading and just trying to make a difference. So student government felt like a good way to do that for me. And yeah. Oh, my majors are psychology and political science too, so.
Speaker Pursley?
Do you have any projects that you're excited about working on in student government?
Yeah, I talked a little bit, I know last time, about safety and just like the wellness of students. I live in Towers, so that's kind of, I guess, who I'd be representing, but just ensuring like people are able to get to and from their homes safely being on a college campus, and also just like prioritizing mental health and physical health within that. So I talked a little bit about maybe like the safety buttons along like the walk all the way out to Towers. Like they're on campus, but not really off campus, so those students still count. And also increasing buses, because on the weekends, it's like every other 40 minutes, students are able to get from those residence halls to campus, which isn't very accessible. So those are a couple of them, but also increasing like mental health resources within residence halls, so we have them on campus, but just making them, again, more accessible. Yeah.
Senator Kuzi?
Thank you. Speaker Pursley stole my questions. But something else would be, Are there specific things that you see or have heard from other residents, maybe in Towers or other places, where you'd like to see change? Is there an issue, something specific, or an area that you've identified that you'd like to see improvements on?
The buses, I think, are a big one for people, and just being able, even like maybe e-bikes. Like I know a lot of campuses have like the green scooters and the e-bikes, and I know that's a complaint, but also like food, especially at Towers. There's food 5 to 7 Monday through Thursday and 11 to 1 Saturdays and Sundays. So those students, if they're not on campus and if they don't have like the means to get off campus again because there's not buses, they're kind of stuck. So that would be another thing, increasing like food available to students that need it, especially students that maybe don't have the money to like DoorDash a meal or call an Uber and go somewhere, you know? So yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Vice Speaker Hartley.
I just want to know what's one word you would use to describe yourself?
I'd say optimistic.
Senator Olson.
If you were an animal, what animal would you be?
I like knew this was coming too, and I didn't really. Maybe a bird, or like maybe a bird.
Are there any objections? Speaker Pursley.
Okay, I have a point of information for all of the senators. So we do not have a judicial branch member present. So we're gonna have to make a decision on how we want to handle that. Per our bylaws, we've got a couple different ways we can handle it. What we were thinking was all senator-elects nominated through the designated constituency council must take the oath of office within 2 weeks following the passing of their seating bill. So I was thinking if we pass the seating bill, and the senators can sit at the table, listen, participate in conversation, but not vote, and then within 2 weeks do the oath of office with the Chief Justice. I just want to hear anyone else's opinions on that before we vote on the bill.
Iona Dimhoff.
Will the Chief Justice be here for next week or the week after? Like, do we know?
We would like to hope so.
So, like, let's say they aren't. Are we gonna have to vote once again on this candidate?
No, I do not. I don't believe that we would vote again. I believe that we would waive a bylaw.
Okay, sounds good. I yield.
Senator Snyder.
Surely out of respect for the new senator's time, I know when I came in, I got to vote on a pretty important bill when I got sat like my first week. So is there any option we could explore where they could vote without the Chief Justice? Or, I mean, I just think it's important, you know, to have us all representation, especially since we lost the one this week. It's just me.
Our bylaws say senator-elects must take the oath of office before they can execute the duties of a senator. And
if the Chief Justice doesn't show up next week, we would waive the bylaw anyway, right? So why don't we just do that now?
would it be?
Go ahead. What's up, Marcus?
Okay, unfortunately, it's in our Constitution, and we cannot waive the Constitution, so they would need to take the oath of office within the next 2 weeks.
Nandal.
I think it says in the bylaws, Chief Justice can have a designee to do it. Could we have someone else next week designated by the Chief Justice to come and do it, who we know we're going to be here?
I believe the Chief Justice is the only present member of the judicial branch.
Okay.
All right.
Senator Marcus.
I just wanted to talk a little bit about Senator Snyder's question there. As far as it goes for waiving the bylaw
Senator Jones?
I think we should vote her in, and then she can sit next to me and listen. And then next week, we have a Chief Justice. Let's just follow what our bylaws say, and then let's not waive anything we don't have to waive necessarily. And I'm sure Amaya would be okay with that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Are there any objections? Now move forward with a roll call vote. UC has been called for. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Congratulations. We'll now move to 2025-2-003 SD, seating a residence hall senator. Yep, with Vice Speaker Hartley.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bain Bernal. I am also a freshman. I am currently trying to double major in agricultural business and agricultural rural policy, and I'm currently also from Towers as well. So my experience so far with student government has been, I've been involved in FFA, or Future Farmers of America, all 4 years of high school. My junior and senior year, I was involved in the leadership class, which we ran all the events, finances, and other duties an FFA chapter had to do of about 350 members. And during those 2 years, I was the chairman of the Career Success Committee, which prioritized student success through having them participate in a job interview competition and helping them develop resumes, cover letters, and just overall career skills that would set them up for after high school. I'll probably just kind of cover this right now. I really didn't expect to be here in front of everybody for student government. I didn't know about it, but thanks to President Brandt, I believe. I talked to him during DIS, and he got me in contact with people, and I just want to thank him for giving me this opportunity.
Speaker Persley.
What are some projects that you're excited to work on as a senator?
I'm going to sound like a broken record, but half of Senator Amaya now. But I also want to heavily focus on transportation, as that is the main complaint I've heard from a lot of my friends who also live at Towers. Like during the weekends, a lot of times, especially during those like food hours, dinner, I would say a lot. It's really hard to get a bus, and if you miss it, you're going to be walking home alone. At dark at night. I would like to either maybe try and increase bus availability during those hours where most people are trying to go get food. And I just think that would be probably my main priority as senator.
Senator Kuzi.
Same kind of, there, now it's working good. Thank you guys, appreciate it. Same kind of question if you caught it earlier. What specific maybe projects internal to residence halls would you be interested in working on, or what problems do you see?
I mean, I don't know a whole lot about issues yet, like within campus among these residence halls. That's why I'm excited to start working in my office hour throughout the week and advertise that to people, so I can start to hear issues from people here. But I'm just going to refer back to my time of talking to people at Wallace. Is once again, I would say transportation and also the food at the, I think it's called Southside Dining. I'm not 100% sure, but trying to, I would say, prioritize those two things for the Towers at the very least would be my biggest priority. But I do want to start listening to a lot of my constituents here among campus.
Great, thank you.
Senator Juwan.
Thank you for, thank you for coming in and doing this tonight. You have a wonderful resume, but I just kind of wanted to break down a couple parts of that and see how you want to take that and really translate it into this role. You were talking about how building resumes and stuff like that. How do you plan on using these skills and things that you may have learned from these past experiences and translate it into this role as a resident senator?
So, I mean, I want to try and get myself, I believe, involved in a public relations committee. That's the one I've been looking at thanks to the recommendation of Senator Marcus. I want to try and use that role possibly to try and bring outreach to students about building up resumes, getting themselves prepared for various career fairs. I know since I'm in the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, a lot of time in some of my classes are spent trying to develop our skills to get us ready for potential internships and just making sure that we're well-rounded and have the ability to. So I would love to try and work in PR possibly to try and bring that further across campus because I understand how competitive it can be at certain career fairs for people.
Perfect. And then I have one more question. In regards to maintaining communication, how do you plan on ensuring that there's an equal representation of all resident halls throughout campus because you are both in towers? How do you plan to maintain, good and equal communication throughout all resident halls?
So since I'm also a senator for here, I need to take place in the IHRA Parliament, and I want to try and communicate with various different Parliament members there and tell them to reach out to the people in their residence halls and inform them about office hours of the residence hall senators, and also talk to them because they're very talkative in their open forums about the issues that they see among their residence halls. I want to possibly translate some of those issues into student government if they're applicable across the entire campus.
Perfect. Thank you. I yield.
Senator Iona Dimhoff.
So do you have any plans for how you want to tackle the transportation issues, or is it just a pathway you want to go down?
I don't know how I would exactly plan it, but I mean, at the very minimum, I would say during the weekends, I would like to find a way to possibly, at the very minimum, increase bus transportation during maybe lunch hours or dinner hours for students, because those, through my personal experience, that's where I see most people either waiting for a bus during the roundabout outside of Towers, or I'm seeing people at the Student Success Center waiting for either Brown South or Gold South to come by and pick them up.
Senator Marcus.
Something last year that the IRHA senators did was they went around to the dorm hall councils, and so I know that they went to the large Maple large their hall councils, and they went to a bunch of the other hall councils, and they just reached out to all the dorm presidents. Is that something that you would be interested in doing or even orchestrating, where you reach out to the dorm hall presidents and ask if you and the other IRHA senators can come to their meetings, just explain, who you are and what your job is and how you're there to represent all students in the dorms?
100%. I mean, that sounds like an amazing idea, and I feel like that'd be one of the best ways to implement it, to reach out to the presidents and then go to the meetings and just hear what issues that they have. And then, I mean, I would love to help orchestrate that. I don't know how I do it, but I mean, I'm 100% for that.
Senator Dahman.
Just point of information for Senator Marcus. We have to do that regardless. It's in the IRHA bylaws that we do have to do that.
So do it.
Is there a second? Are there any objections? Closing comments with Vice Speaker Hartley. UC has been called for. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Congratulations. Now move to 2025-2-025 SG, seating senators to the PR committee with Vice Speaker Hartley.
Ready? All right. Hey, I'm Eric Gertis. I'm one of the LAS senators. I previously served on the PR committee during the last administration as the director of outreach. And over the summer, I worked as a social media specialist for Pocahontas Chamber of Commerce, where I helped boost engagement by almost 300%. I have a lot of ideas going into PR this year, and I'm really excited to get started.
Justice. This was not made for people as tall as I was. Good evening, Senate. A lot of you know me. My name is Jake Snyder. I'm a senior majoring in public relations and communication studies, and I'm excited to hopefully come back for my second year with PR. Last year, I worked as our quote unquote content coordinator. I managed our Instagram, LinkedIn, and other social platforms, like posting our stories, figuring out content optimization for our site, and pretty much revising our entire brand and look, along with our director of marketing, or former director of marketing, Chase Anderson. Some of my qualifications include I had a brand strategy internship with an ad agency in Chicago over the summer. I have extensive experience with the Adobe Suite, and I'm proficient in both photography and videography. Some of the projects I want to work on are continuing the development of the brand guidelines, as well as continuing the student organization spotlights, which were super popular last year. Thank you guys, and I hope you'll vote us in.
Difficult to follow up. I'm Brody Kuzi. I'm a sophomore in mechanical engineering, here every Wednesday as a off-campus representative. Some of my interests in joining PR are talking with Josie and kind of learning about what public relations can do for the students. Right now, our following on Instagram is around 2,000 people. When I worked all day at Expo, we got maybe another 50 or 60. Good numbers, right? But as we all know, the enrollment right now this year is just over 31,000. So 2,000 representing, a 31,000. That's something that I'd like to see more of, and something that I'd like to contribute to. If your connections with me on LinkedIn, you've seen my personal student government spotlights. That's something that kind of has taken off personally for me. But following Jake's contributions to that, I really liked it. I'm happy to help with that. I have a little background knowledge in IT to maybe help out there, and then also getting the word out about student government. I think that 2,000 to 31 really speaks a lot, and is one of my interests. Yeah.
So I know all of you talked about sort of mentioned what projects you guys want to do. Can you talk more about that? Like what interests you and what potential projects you would be working on in PR committee?
One project I thought of, I already talked about it with Josie. It's on the agenda for tomorrow's meeting, but kind of just more short form, real content that we've been doing, but kind of apply that to our Senate meeting recaps. So like highlights of our Senate meetings, like big bills that we pass, all compiled in a short reel to let the students know what we're up to.
Last year, like I said, we did a full brand redevelopment, and I worked with Chase and the graphic design that we brought in, and it's come to my attention that those weren't as fully fleshed out, tonally, editorially, as maybe I wanted them to be. So the continuing of development of that, as well as one of our former members of PR worked with the Stewart Spotlights as kind of our correspondent to highlight organizations that were doing good on campus, just people that were bettering the student experience, which is really all of our goals at student government. So a continuation of both of those projects is what I hope to work on in PR.
As for myself, I think my contributions are really everywhere in the committee. I see myself contributing to IT where possible, making our website more accessible, including more information, interactivity. I got a peek at some of the code and different things that goes into that. I have an understanding of it with technology and those kinds of things, so I think I can contribute to that. Additionally, additionally with that, like I talked about the spotlights, I personally do them. If you see them, I've gotten compliments on them. Incorporating writing skills that I've learned for the past year with the daily to our professional brand is something that I see myself doing and helping with.
Hi guys. Okay, so I have two questions. One, I know that two of you have been on PR for over a year, and then Kuzi, you're new, so you haven't been on PR. But for the two that have been here, is there anything that you would like to see changed about PR that you're going to work on? And for Kuzi, what is something that you would like to newly implement? That's my first question.
One thing that comes to mind is consistency on our Instagram. So last year we kind of tried to get a content schedule going, but our content was often, delayed. So I'm hopefully this year we have a concrete posting schedule and we stick to it.
Senator Gertis brings up a really good point. A content calendar is something that we really did try to work on last year, but we're students first, and that tended to get in the way of things. One thing that I'd love to see change is a consistent tone throughout consistent tone throughout our content. I know I've talked with Josie and just upper administration about what we perceive as our tone, our vision, all sorts of other things, and just getting alignment on that so we can hopefully have a consistent thing for the next 10 to 25 years, right? Making something that lasts.
Sorry, could you ask that one more time?
What is something new that you would like to implement to PR?
Something especially that I've kind of just recognized is we have lots of people come through presenting their club, asking for our support, asking for the student body support. If we can feature those things on our website, especially if it's a photo carousel or something similar, getting faces to the words that you see or that students see could make a big difference and get more buy-in from the students into this organization. Yeah, that'd be one idea in particular. Again, brushing up on those spotlights, brushing up on overall engagement is a huge focus of mine.
And then my last question is, how will you work to navigate hate speech?
Absolutely. We've actually had to deal, so one of my jobs right now is I work for the library communications team, and we, at the comms team, we've come under fire, as an administration really, for what happened with the comments with Charlie Kirk, right? So what we aim to do, especially as an organization, because we're so public facing, is developing a content strategy to not only just address these people, but to make sure that we're representing Iowa State in the best way possible, as well as our constituents, right? It's a really complicated topic, and we're definitely gonna have to take it at a case-by-case basis, but addressing it, not just letting it go ignored, especially on campus, working with campus resources like ISU PD to make sure it doesn't happen in spaces like Iowa State or this room or anywhere on campus. And I'd say I'd maybe speak for all three of us, unless you guys have stuff to add. Yeah, I'd say I speak for all three of us when I say it has no place on our campus nor in our organization. Thank you.
Just one quick addition to that. The platforms that we use, you can report content, you can block comments in general. If there's instances where we need to do that, it's absolutely accessible to us. If it's experienced here, we have procedures that we can follow. Otherwise, yeah, completely stand with what Jake said. I think everyone in this room does too. And there's also an understanding of what is hate speech and what is academic freedom, what is communications freedoms, what are those things, and what are the differences between what's something that's hateful, hurtful, or harmful, and then what's something that's an expression. So going over those things is definitely something our committee can look at, and I think the three of us share ideas along with many others. I'm seeing a lot of nods from behind you. Yeah, thank you.
Good question.
Okay, first things first, I really liked your guys' response to Senator Reinhardt's really good questions. I really appreciate that. Senator Snyder, I know that you mentioned earlier that PR has subcommittees, so which subcommittees would you all be interested in? Or are you not sure? Is it really wherever?
I'm not sure if we're gonna follow that exact format this year.
Oh, okay.
But if I had this, I'd go with the marketing this year. Last year I did the outreach, but marketing is really my strong suit. So.
It's hard to beat Eric in outreach. He did a great job last year. Yes, Josie told us that we may not follow as traditional of a structure as we did last year. So under the assumption that we do, yes, I'd go back to marketing, but I mean, it's up in the air.
Before the question comes up, one word to describe myself would be eager. And I would be eager, there's a segue here. I'd be eager to float. I see myself in all three of those traditional categories. Again, I can help with IT, I can help with outreach, and I can help with really our overall engagement. So I'm glad that maybe the structure is changing here, and I'm eager to see that.
I appreciate that. I wasn't gonna ask you to describe yourself in a word. I was gonna ask you to describe your who's your favorite Star Wars character was my next question. This is for Senator Gertis especially, so.
Darth Vader.
Gotta be Obi-Wan.
I need to watch some Star Wars because I have not remembered many. Chewbacca? Is that? Yeah? Okay. Yeah.
We get an impression?
Hi, I'm Abby Namaski. I'm a freshman. I'm majoring in public relations and criminal justice. In high school, I managed all of our social medias. I was recognized on state and national levels for my contribution to that. I was on a highly decorated journalism team. I was on volleyball, and I was in a lot of leadership activities, and I had 3 different internships. I worked with our police department, I worked with our fire department, and then I also worked with the Chicago FBI. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm Kaylin Murdy. I'm a sophomore majoring in ag studies with emphasis areas in agronomy, animal science, and ag communications. And my interest in the PR committee comes from kind of just wanting to get more involved with kind of my ag communications emphasis, because right now I'm involved with the Iowa State Block and Bridle and then the Iowa State Collegiate Cattlemen. So those are both kind of like my animal science sector, I would say. So I was just looking for more involvement in my communications side. And then also I come from a farming background, and just for fun, like 4 years ago, I started up a Facebook page for our farm. And so I've really got into like the social media side of things. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to.
Hi, I heard you say animal science and piqued my interest. I'm an animal science major. So for both of you, sorry that you're not in animal medical field, whatever. But what's your favorite animal?
Mine is a cow by far.
Mine's a sea otter, so.
Pose a similar question to all the at-larges we've heard. You know, we have that traditional substructure of IT, marketing, and outreach. Which subcommittee would you be interested in working on? I know it's kind of void now, but I'm still interested in hearing your responses. Thank you.
Personally, I'm more so marketing and outreach. I did all the videos and hype videos for like all the sports as well for my high school. So I do like working in the videography type of stuff that's going on. I also like to work with just like the community itself. I do think that you guys have great social media, but I do think you guys should be a little bit more, or one of my plans at least, is to be more engaging. So like mic'd up. So like we would go around and talk to students on campus. That way we show our faces, the Senate shows their faces more often, and more people are gonna be engaged because they're gonna see themselves, and who doesn't like themselves, so.
Mine would be probably marketing, just running like our own social media pages. This last year, I got a drone of my own, so I've kind of had some experience. I go out in the field during like harvest season, planting season, and then our hay season, and kind of get some different drone videos. And then a couple weekends ago, I actually filmed my first wedding, so that was kind of different. But I found like a deep passion for like just going out, getting fun videos. I feel like if we do more, kind of like what she said, or like a Q&A, like for the social media pages, just kind of getting your faces out there, hearing what people have to say on campus, maybe some like concerns that they have or something, just trying to hear from more people.
Senator Miller?
Yeah, my question's for Abigail. Could you elaborate on what you did with the FBI, please?
So unfortunately, I can't speak much about it. But I will say it was very fun. It was very interesting. Some things definitely shocking, for sure. But yeah, it was cool. I got to hang out with SWAT a little bit as well. So yeah, it was fun.
Are there any objections? Closing comments with Vice Speaker Hartley. UC has been called for. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Congratulations. We will now move to 2025-2-028 SG, seating at-larges to the PR committee with Vice Speaker Hartley.
Hi everyone, my name is Emily Bray and I'm a senior majoring in ag policy and public relations, and I'm originally from Lake Mills, Iowa. And my interest in this committee is the fact that I've had 2 internships. One is a public relations intern for a small cooperative back home that I'm still doing, where I'm managing their social media pages, increasing their engagement across those platforms. And then this past summer, I interned for Catawba AgriScience, specifically underneath Pioneer Seeds, where they're turning 100 next April, so getting the engagement out there for the marketing and communications.
And then again, I'll be reading for Bridget. So, hello everyone, my name is Bridget Johnson. I'm a junior at Iowa State University majoring in agricultural and life sciences education with a teaching certificate. On campus, I'm active in Sigma Alpha Professional Agricultural Sorority, the Ag Ed Club, and Iowa Corn Club. I recently served as a communications intern for the Iowa Corn Growers Association. I also had the opportunity to study at the University of Georgia through the National Student Exchange Program, which helped me grow as both a student and leader. I'm excited to have the opportunity to serve on Student Government PR Committee. And again, that's for Bridget Johnson.
Are there any objections? Closing comments with Vice Speaker Hartley. UC has been called for. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Congratulations. We'll now move to 2025-2-029 SG, seating at-larges to the events committee with Vice Speaker Hartley.
Hello, my name is Madison Renner. I'm a freshman studying Ag Communications and Event Management. I'm currently involved in ACT, Black and Bridal, and NAMA. I'm looking forward to joining student government to learn more about the ways we can positively impact student life. Within the Student Government Events Committee, I'm excited to help with the planning of cookies and college senators, and I think this is a great event that will allow for students to learn more about who represents them.
Hi, I'm Kennedy Bruggeman, a freshman majoring in agriculture communications with a minor in event management. Throughout my first month at Iowa State, I have become involved in a wide variety of things, including Black and Bridal, ACT, and NAMA. I am eager in bringing my skills and passions for event planning and management to the Student Government Events Committee as an at-large member. An event I am particularly excited to help plan is the Lunch and Learn events to gain more experience in planning on-campus events that help students to be more informed.
Do you guys have any ideas for like possibly new events to bring to the events committee?
I would like to see more events in which we collaborate with other committees and student organizations.
I would like to end the semester off with pop-up events across campus that help students feel supported as they go through prep week.
Probably goofy.
I would say kind.
Yeah, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe currently all of events is ag majors of some sort, yeah? Event management and agriculture, yeah. My question is just with a lot of people on events all having similar majors, similar ideas and everything else, what do you think, it's like to each of you, what do you think is something that helps you stand out or bring different ideas? Like what's one thing that you think differentiates you?
Differentiates us from other majors or like in general?
The other people on the committee.
Okay. Well, I think we bring new ideas because we are freshly out of high school. I was in student government when I was in high school, so I have some experience with that. And yeah, the freshmen too. I'm a freshman, so just having a freshman mindset, I guess.
I think it just brings all different thoughts from different majors. So like since I'm an agriculture one, like I'm gonna bring in other ideas than just event management, but it would be event management focused.
Senator Juwan.
I don't think you guys understood Senator Marcus's question. What makes you guys, you're all agriculture majors, what makes your background, what makes you special, what makes you you? What do you have to offer that will make, this committee better?
Sorry, I guess I still don't understand. Like, what is our major?
No. So all of you, there's a lot of, taking a step away from your major, dissociate from your major. We have a lot of ag majors on this committee. Okay. What makes you as a person, obviously you guys are wonderful people, but like what makes you guys different than the other people on this committee that are also ag majors?
Okay, I see. Like I said, I was in student government in high school, so I kind of know with that background. I love planning events and reaching out to people through events, so I think I bring that aspect, and yeah.
I was an FFA vice president for our chapter in my small town. So like I practiced doing a lot of like the event planning and management for most of the stuff, like between me and my president. So I learned how to do a bunch of different things with that.
Perfect.
Okay, hi. I'm also an ag major. I'm actually Cal Senator, as well as other Cal Senator here. So when you are on student government in any way, whether you're a senator, an at-large, or a director, president, vice president, you represent all of ISU, right? So you're wanting to be sat on events, but events makes events for all of ISU, right? I'm sure you guys talked to Molly and Lainey about what you do for events. So how would you represent the greater good of all ISU students when you're making your events? Like not just thinking, okay, we're making events for cows, we're making events for, I don't know what college planning, event management or whatever falls under LAS, sorry, human sciences, okay. But everybody else, grad students or whatnot, how would you represent them when making events? So, you understand that? Yeah. Perfect. Okay.
I think keeping in mind all of the colleges is important, and maybe even planning events for specific colleges too. Obviously not just Cal's and the event college, but planning events for them and making sure that everyone is included, and maybe in broader events, making sure that all the colleges would like to be at the events.
I would just like to add what she said because I support what she said. And it's just important that we add like other people from different like colleges besides Cal's and just inform them of what's going on. Stuff.
Are there any objections? Closing comments with Vice Speaker Hartley.
UC. Withdrawn.
Roll call vote. There's a motion to remove Senator Utica from the roll. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Iona Dimhoff? Yes. Gertis? Yes. Reinhardt? Yes. Grafe? Yes. Jones? Yes. Miller? Yes. Kekun? Yes. Daman? Yes. Corshi? Yes. Snyder? Yes. Bailey? Yes. Hartley? Yes. Margaret? Yes. Nandal? Yes. Persley? Yes. Kuzi? Juwan? Yes. Marcus? Yes. Olson? Yes. Sani? Yes. The vote of 20 to 0 to 0. Congratulations. We'll now move to 2025-2-030SG, seating at-larges to the Sustainability Committee with Senator Nandal.
So we have Angela Burke and Maddox Burke. They're going to approach the podium and tell why they're interested in joining Sustainability Committee.
Hi, my name is Angela Burke. I'm a junior studying architecture with a minor in sustainability. I want to join the committee because I feel like I can bring a differing perspective with my prior experience and background. And I just want to be a part of something that's like bigger than myself and make an impact on campus.
Senator Snyder.
Yielding time to our clerk.
Hi, so about the other two architecture kids that are going to be set tonight, hopefully, I want to say that I put my support to every architecture kid because I know how that major makes us resilient and hardworking. Especially Angela, I worked with her. She's in my studio. She's amazing to work with, and she's very kind to be around. Just want to put my support out for all of them.
Co-Director Verger.
Hi guys, so I'm going to be reading for Maddox tonight. Unfortunately, he had something come up with exams, as that every class decided to have one this week. He is a freshman in environmental science, and this is what he sent for tonight. I would like to be part of Sustainability Committee as it aligns with both my career and life goals of helping preserve and restore the environment to its original beauty. For some projects I would like to bring to the table and to the committee, I would like to build more green spaces on the roofs of buildings around campus and grow native plants there for all to see. Another project I would like to implement in the committee is some sort of trash collection system in our freshwater drains to help keep trash out of our waterways, as I think that is severely lacking here on campus. I would just like to get involved in any way I can, as I think that's the purpose of the committee.
Senator Grafe, sorry, missed you there.
My question is for Angela. What plant would you be?
A shrub.
Is there a second? Are there any objections? Move forward to the roll call vote. After closing comments. Yeah. Closing comments.
This works. UC.
UC has been called for. Is there a second? A placard vote has been called for. Iona Dimhoff? Oh, sorry. Yep. All right. All in favor? All right. All opposed? Congratulations. We'll now move forward to 2025-2-031 SG, seating at-larges to the Sustainability Committee with Senator Margaret.
All right, so with that, we have another two nominees, both for at-large positions on the Sustainability Committee. And so I would invite Jill Wright and Taylor Jeffrey to the podium to introduce themselves and to speak on their own behalf.
Hi, my name is Jill Wright. Like Angela, I'm a third-year architecture student. I'm also minoring in French, and I'm really excited to be here for the Sustainability Committee. I'm really passionate about sustainability. I think it's like the biggest problem facing us right now, and I think it's really important that, you know, we put special attention to it. And I'd really like to be a part of something that can make a difference for, you know, my community and the people in my lives here at Iowa State. And I just think it's a really great opportunity. So thank you for having me.
Hi guys, I fear Taylor is not feeling well, so pretend I'm blonde for now, and that my name is Taylor Jeffrey. My name is Taylor Jeffrey, and I'm a junior studying environmental science and sustainability. I'm committed and eager to advocate and protect the environment in ways that create tangible, positive change. One idea I would love to implement is Adopt a Spot program, where student clubs and organizations can take responsibility for maintaining a specific area on campus or in Ames, conducting cleanups throughout the semester. Beyond academics, I enjoy being active in nature through hiking and trail running, and I'm currently training for a half marathon in October. I respect that. I will take any chance I can get to be outside. I hope to bring passion and initiative to the Sustainability Committee here at Iowa State. Thank you.
Speaker Persley. Senator Reinhardt.
Sorry to put you on the spot, but could you say something in French?
What do you want me to say? Je parle pour les arbres.
Speaker Persley.
Merci.
Okay, I just wanted to do a little explanation. I think that it's important that for seating bills, we really think a little bit more through our votes and everything. I know we've been saying UC on all seating bills, but I think it's important that if someone wants to say no, giving them that like availability to say it in less of an like uncomfortable way besides objecting to a UC. So I want to encourage us to use placard votes for seating bills as much as possible.
Senator Marcus.
Move to remove Senator Juwan from the roll.
There's been a motion to remove Senator Juwan from the roll. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Are there any objections? Closing comments?
Placard vote.
Placard vote. All in favor? All opposed? Congratulations. We will now move to 2025-2-032 SG, seating at-larges to the Sustainability Committee with Senator Bailey.
Okay, so I don't want to butcher your guys' last names, so I'm not even going to try. But if Colette, Steve, and Nina want to go up to the podium and say why they want to join sustainability.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for listening to every single person that is joining our committee. My name is Nina Fontanella. I am majoring in environmental science with a minor in data science. I'm currently the social media manager for Cantamus, which is our upper collegiate women's choir, treble choir on campus. In addition to that, I'm currently an undergrad researcher for the Alliant and ISU solar energy power plant solar farm. There are many different terms for it. But I'm working as a data analyst, writing code for them and just helping them get data for microclimates under the panels. Basically, what I'm trying to get at with that is that I am very qualified in terms of sustainability, and I would like to use my knowledge in renewable energy to create a renewable energy subcommittee in the sustainability committee, focusing on getting ISU a larger energy portfolio on campus, because right now we have a substantial amount of natural gas emissions, and I would like to see what areas can we become more proficient in solar, wind, hydro, other renewables such as that. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Colette Barnes. I'm a third-year architecture student. I used to go to the University of New Hampshire, where I played volleyball there, and I was an environmental engineer. And then when I transferred here, I was also in environmental engineering and then civil engineering prior to architecture. So I have a little bit of sustainability, environmental engineering experience, as well as architecture. I'm really interested in sustainable design, green city building, net zero carbon emissions, and I feel like this committee is a really great opportunity to kind of incorporate a lot of our architecture problem-solving skills into campus here and really make a difference. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Steve Honchark. I am currently a sophomore here at Iowa State. I'm studying environmental science with a minor in GIS. As of right now, I work as a researcher in the Crumpton Wetlands Laboratory on campus. And over the summer, I worked as an agronomic specialist for an environmental consulting firm up in Iowa Falls. I'm really interested in joining this committee, specifically because there's a lot of swaths of land on campus that I think could have a lot better uses. For example, prairie land, grassland, wetlands, and such. But I'm a doer and I'm a people person, so I really want to be able to put my skills to use and show what I can do for this campus and the environment that we all live on. Thank you.
Speaker Persley.
I put that up so long ago, I forgot. I was just going to discuss the whereas and ordered clause where we are waiving bylaw 3.10.2.3. Basically, this bylaw says that sustainability committee gets 10 at-larges who are voting members. Every year, we waive this bylaw for sustainability committee because there is so much vast interest in sustainability committee. Definitely something we're going to have to revisit in rules, maybe potentially getting them more at-large seats because we continuously have to waive this bylaw, but that's just a little bit of an explanation of that.
Senator Marcus.
If you could be one sustainable practice, which practice would you be?
Why can't you ask me what tree I would be? I had that one locked and loaded. I mean, out of the initiatives we have on campus, I think there are a great number of things that are already being done, but I would say the one that I notice most commonly is compostable cutlery. So I guess if you have to talk about initiatives on campus, I would be compostable cutlery because I love Play-Dohs and they have compostable cutlery, and Felicity on our committee is working on it and she's wonderful.
There are a lot of great ones. I think I would have to go with either rainwater collection through facades or green roofs. I'm really interested in.
What sustainable practice would I be? Green Roof was a good one. I would have done that one. I really like the idea of composting. I know we do a little bit of that with our dining halls on campus already, but I know my family's done that forever. We don't throw away any green vegetables. We just huck it in a bin in our backyard. So it really does hold a special place in my heart. So I'm going to go with that one, composting.
Senator Reinhardt.
First, I would just like to voice my voice of support for Nina. She helped with the expo, and she was very passionate, and you would have thought that she was already on the committee with the way that she was talking to students, and she's very passionate in our meetings, and I'm sure that the other two would also be really great on sustainability, because I trust Kid, and I trust. And then second, if you could describe yourself in one word, what would you say?
I appreciate Emily for quizzing us on this earlier. I would just describe myself as passionate. I am extremely passionate and intense about everything I do, and I'm excited to bring my passion and intensity to this.
I would say driven would be the word to describe myself.
Balding.
Senator Olson.
I would also like to voice my support for Nina. I'm in Contamus with her. She's fantastic, great at what she does, always brings an awesome energy to the choir. And then, since you asked, what kind of tree would you all be?
Yes. I would be a coastal redwood. They're amazing, and I'm obsessed with fire ecology, and they're really cool.
I would be a river birch tree. I had one in my backyard as a kid, and I think they're really cool.
I would be a cottonwood tree because they lose their leaves really quickly and maybe earlier than they should. Yeah.
Is there a second? Senator Grafe.
Amazing tree answers. I really liked them. Mine is specifically for Steve, and of course we can talk about this more in committee if he gets that. But specifically with upkeep of wetlands and prairies on campus, who exactly would be overseeing that?
Now, that is a very good question. When it comes to the logistics, for the most part, I have a lot of half-baked ideas. I know and I'd love to full bake them if you guys would allow me to be on the committee. But it would definitely have to be a combination of different departments. I mean, right, I'm a student. I can't be out there at those physical locations on the daily. I mean, right, like we talked about it already. The one I specifically in mind on the northeast part of Jack Trice, there's one giant strip of cobblestone and turf grass that just does nothing. It's fenced off. It doesn't act as an effective floodplain. It floods almost every time it rains. I have no idea why it's not wetland. Now, because that is not so far off campus, but not close to, it would have to be a combination of, groundskeepers, scientists, such as myself, and other individuals. That is a good question I had not fully thought of, but if you ask me that again in a little bit, I probably would have, yeah. Thank you.
Are there any objections? Closing comments?
Placard vote?
Placard vote. All in favor? All opposed? Congratulations. We will now move to 2025-2-033 SG, seating at-larges to the IDEA Committee with Senator Nandal.
Okay, so we have 3 nominees interested in joining the IDEA Committee. I asked they approach the podium and speak a little bit why they're interested in joining IDEA.
Hi everyone, my name is Lamal bin Zaman and I'm a sophomore in electrical engineering. In high school, I've served as a director for many clubs like STEAM Community Club and the Model United Nations Club, which gave me strong leadership skills and teamwork experience. I want to be in this committee because I believe student government should empowers every student to feel included, supported, and confident in making a real difference around the campus. So I'd like to bring a project idea to surface that is a campus-wide accessibility audit day, where students can work together to identify areas, whether in classrooms, events, or resources, where accessibility can be improved. By collecting real feedback, we can turn into actionable steps that make the campus more welcoming for everyone. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Peher Bajaj. I'm an international student from India, and I'm excited about the opportunity to join the IDEA committee because I see it doing the things that I care about. I think initiatives like the IDEA Town Hall and the Multicultural Club Fest are a great way of building community and making campus more equitable. One of my biggest leadership experiences was leading the event planning committee at Girl Up, where I worked with the team to organize and run events that connected students and raised awareness. If I'm part of the IDEA committee, I'll bring my leadership experience and a collaborative mindset. I'll put in the time and energy to contribute meaningfully. Thank you.
Good evening, Senate. I am Mufrad Miazi, a first-year engineering student here at Iowa State. I want to be part of the IDEA committee because of its commitment to making Iowa State's facilities readily available to all of its students. Being part of the committee will help me address the shortcomings I have faced as a new student here at Iowa State. Other than that, I would also like to help create a proper guide. As part of the committee, I'd like to help create a proper guide to eat halal and kosher, and also how to shop and meal prep for such dietary needs without breaking the bank. Thank you.
Senator Marcus?
If you had to describe yourself in one word, what word would you use?
I'd say calm.
I'd say adaptive.
Very nervous.
Senator Corsi?
Okay, so my question would be for the gentleman in blue. Sorry, I forgot your name. Do you want to talk about some of the shortcomings you faced and how you intend to address that if you are given the opportunity to work with the IDEA committee?
So when I first came to the States, one of the first problems I had was having to find food that was suitable for my dietary needs. So as a Muslim, I have to eat halal, and finding halal food here that tastes good is kind of hard. But other than that, I've also noticed a lot of students who have come with me, and I have talked to a lot of people who've been here before, and they have guided me to have, how to eat properly halal and ensure that I am within my boundaries as a Muslim. And in doing so, I realized that I can create a proper guide for new students, even students who who don't know about the facilities, even shopping centers Ames has, and I could guide them with the help of the IDEA committee. And it would be a great thing for my resume as well, that I guided a lot of people into eating halal. Yeah. And not just halal, I could also work on other dietary needs as well. Vegan, kosher. I'm sure there are other as well, but at the moment, these are the things I've thought about.
Can I
Yep.
add, sorry, I put this down. Okay, so apart from diet, do you have any other ideas or things that you want to
So I know that we have a communal, let's call it a prayer room, but I feel like it does not address the fact that some religions and some faiths require that you have you have a separate space for gender-based separate spaces. I could also work on that. Other than that, I love cooking. I'm sure I've made that established as I've talked about food a lot. I would also like to host a cookout, a multicultural cookout, where we could have different cultures cook for each other, and we could learn more about how they eat, how the world eats.
Any objections? Closing comments?
Placard vote.
All in favor? All opposed? Congratulations. Seeing no general orders, we'll now move to new business, starting with 2025-2-019F, paying debts for Trend Magazine for launching Student Government University Archives Initiative with Senator Marcus.
Yep, this bill is on first read, and we will see it in Finance Committee on Tuesday. So feel free to come if you'd like to. And I'm ready to answer any yes or no questions.
Seeing no questions, we'll now move to 2025-2-003SA, Bowling Club Debt Contract with Senator Sani.
For this bill, we still have to first read it in the next meeting, and if I said something wrong, please correct me, because it's my first time introducing a bill and sponsoring it, of course, and I believe we do have somebody from the bowling committee.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, so the other ones that were supposed to be here got slammed by exams, so I had to show up instead. So my name's Nathan Zumba. I am the travel officer for the bowling club here at Iowa State. We are asking for $3,800 from a debt contract. And so let me give a backstory to why we need this debt contract. So last year we did over 9 tournaments. Currently, none of the officers that did this are in that team anymore. It's a whole new staff, and most of our players right now are freshmen or sophomores. So with this contract, this allows us to do tournaments, hotels, get practices in, and set up our club night on Mondays. Currently, we can't sign up for USBC or tournaments because we're broke right now. We don't have a P card, we don't have anything. This is due by October 12th and 13th for us because that's our first tournament. Iowa State Bowling Club, even though a lot of people see bowling as just a recreational thing, there's a whole nother side to it that most people don't know about. The sports side of the sport, I started 3 years ago. I joined just for something to do, and now I can't get away from it. There's people from the 80s that still talk about this club, and they're still doing leagues at Perfect Games. You show up Thursday night, they probably did this when they were in college. Bowling club is a hugely important thing to the ones involved. We currently have just a varsity team of guys and a varsity team of girls. At some point, we'd love to do JV, get more people involved, get more people exposed. But currently, we need to make up for the past expenses of previous officers.
Senator Jones?
Hey everybody, so we actually reviewed this in Finance Committee yesterday, and due to time constraints, this club cannot register for
USBC, United States Bowling Congress.
Yes, so they can't register for USBC before they sign our debt contract, and that they have to have their thing signed by next Tuesday. And so we were talking during Finance Committee of opening up discussion about waiving first read, because if we waive first read on this specific bill as it is, that they will be able to have their money and register for with USBC and be able to bowl for the entire year. Because if we do not waive first read and this bill goes to second read next week, they'll miss their deadline and they won't be able to bowl for next year.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
So we had a debt of around $3,900. A lot of us didn't know about this till July. I didn't get put in till August because we had someone transfer out. So basically it was looking at my phone and going, oh crap, I guess I'm doing this now. So in the span of like the 2 or so months we've known about this, we've been able to raise around $3,000. So we're doing about every concession we can. Like this weekend, you'll see me at concessions. I will be there. So we're trying to raise as much money as possible to pay this off, but due to time constraints, we can't quite get this in time.
Yeah, so that's why I'm gonna make a motion to waive first read.
There's been a motion to waive first read. It's been seconded. Are there any objections? Or waive first read? Who else has their, Senator Kuzi?
Unrelated, slightly relevant question. What's your high score?
280 and so many 270s I can't count anymore.
Impressive. What's your series?
Series 754 for sanctioned and unsanctioned 800s.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Are there any objections? Closing comments?
No.
No closing comments? All right, perfect. We'll move forward with a roll call vote. Iona Dimhoff? Yes. Gertis? Yes. Reinhardt? Graith? Yes. Jones? Yes. Miller? Yes. Kekun?
Yes.
Dahmen?
Yes.
Corshi?
Yes.
Snyder? Yes. Bailey? Yes. Hartley? Yes. Margaret? Yes. Dundal? Yes. Pursley? Yes. Kuzi?
Yes.
Juwan? Oh, never mind. Marcus? Yes. Olson? Yes. Sani? Yes.
Can you ask for a revote, please?
The vote of 19 to 0 to 0 passes. Congratulations.
Please, please.
Senator Kekun?
I'm motioning for a revote.
What's that?
Motion for a revote.
Motion for a revote. Is there a second?
Please, second. We didn't update the bill.
Let me use the mic.
Okay, can you yield?
I yield my time to
Okay. Hi. Sorry, guys. We didn't amend the bill. So the debt contract up there is currently for 2,000, and because we didn't get to see it in finance, we couldn't update it in finance. So I'm asking that we go back, change the bill, and then pass it again. Thank you. Yes, please, please, please update that.
All right, is there somebody to make a motion? There's been a motion to reconsider. Is there a second? Are there any objections? All right, back on the bill. Senator Marcus?
Move to amend the enacted amount and to be, I'm sorry, okay, so the enacted should be 3,800. Fall 2025 should be 1,900. Spring 2026, 1,900. And delete the rest of the line items and change the total as well. Thank you.
So there's been a motion to adjust the first line to 3,800, the second line to 1,900, the third line to 1,900, delete the following lines, then update the totals to reflect the changes in each line item. Is there a second? Are there any objections? All right.
Can you just look at that and make sure that that's confirmed correct? Thanks. Call the question.
Second. Are there any objections? Iona Dimhoff. Yes. Gertis. Yes. Reinhardt. Grafe. Jones. Miller. Yes. Kikun. Yes. Dahman. Yes. Corshi. Yes. Snyder. Yes. Bailey. Yes. Hartley. Yes. Margaret. Yes. Nundal. Yes. Pursley. Yes. Neal. Oh. Kuzi. Yes. Juwan. No. Marcus. Yes. Olson. Yes. Sani. The vote of, again, 19 to 0 it passes. All right, that's the end of our agenda. Are there any general closing comments? Thank you all for a productive meeting. Vice Speaker Hartley.
Yes, thank you guys for a productive meeting. Okay, a couple of things. Just during programs, as a sign of respect to our speaker, please make sure to have your computers either almost fully closed or completely closed. Ours are staying open because we're obviously running the screens, but just out of respect. And then please, if you are going to be arriving late or leaving early or absent at all, please send Will and Josie both messages. You can put me on that too, it doesn't matter, but just the two of them at least. And then Bain and Amaya and then Amanda. I need to speak to the three of you before you leave.
Okay, good meeting, everyone. Sorry for all my random points of information throughout the meeting. If you see next to my desk hanging on the wall, I have, on the whiteboard, I have new project beginning forms so you can get your projects in order and start tracking them and making sure you have all your due dates ready. And then I have project completion forms, and those are going to be able to, you can fill those out. And then we're hoping that when you complete a project, you can present it in front of the Senate during open forum, following that project completion form. And then also on the whiteboard, I just have write down your project ideas so that I can help keep you guys accountable, make sure you're working on those. So make sure to check that out. Motion to adjourn, go Cyclones.
Is there a second? Are there any objections? Have a good evening.